你好, and today we are going to check the workbook HSK 3 Lesson 4. And first the title. The title is 他总是笑着跟客人说话. So here are 2 points. The first one is 这. So in lesson 3 we learned 这 after the verb is just indicate the continue of the action or the continue of the state. And this lesson will learn the second way to use 这. That is, in the sentence there are 2 verbs. Like here, the first verb or the first action is 笑, is to smile. So this is action 1, first action. And second one is 说话. 说 is to say, and 话 is words. So this is a wheel structure, but it doesn't make sense. It's not important. Important is this is the second action, so action 2. And for this situation, well, there are 2 actions. The second one is more important, and the first one with 这 is just the action accompanying the second one, which means there is to describe the manner or the of the second action. So she's speaking, and how she's speaking. She's speaking while she smile. And the second point here is 客人. So you can say in the translation, it translated 客人 into customers. And it makes sense, but to me or in the daily life, most of the times the 客人 is more like a guest. So sometimes there is some people who visit you, and he's your guest, he's 客人. And it could be customers, but we have another we have another word more formal for the customers, that is 消费者. And 客人 normally in the places where they supply the kind of service, like the restaurant or the shop, or kind of the places which they supply some service, we use 客人. And you have to know this word. Mostly it indicates the guest but not the customers. But because for this book there's lots of the conversation happened in the shop, so they translated 客人 into customers. But to me, it's quite different. Okay, we're going to check the listening section first. So same as before, first part, I would prefer you to check the picture first, and then to write down the verbs we have learned in this lesson, or the verb you remembered, which could be related to this photo. Beside the photo, just write down here, like the picture A. So this is 水果, right? And they are going to buy some fruit. And where they are, normally in the 商店, right? Shop. And in this lesson, we learned the supermarket, so 超市. So you can write down those words here. And the picture B, and 蛋糕, right? Cake. This is the new words we learn in this lesson. And this little girl, so 小姑娘, 小姑娘, 小女孩. Always say maybe she's the daughter or someone, so 女儿. And picture C, so football, right? So 足球. And the new words we learn in this lesson is game or competition, or with a competition game match, and sometimes. And so it's 比赛 into the mandarin 比赛, right? So 足球比赛. And D, this is the example, so we just delete it. And picture E, so maybe a wife and husband, so 丈夫妻子, couples, right? And or the colleagues, so 同事, and they were working 工作, right? And we don't know, we have to check, we have to listen to the audio. And F, so they are holding a camera, so there is a new word we learned in this lesson, that is 照片, photo, right? And to take a photo, we have the word 拍照片, or more formal, we have the word 照相, that's a word more formal. Okay, we're going to check the audio script of the conversation. First one, 第一个 so 女，你去做什么 So what are you going to do 做什么 And the reply is 我去看足球比赛 I'm going to watch a football game 足球比赛 So the first one should be C, right? So 第一个题我们选 C. And 第二题那两个 So those two 笑着 smiling while smiling 看照片 So who's watching the photos 的女孩 So the girls 是谁 Who are they 好 So here the main sentence 女孩是谁 So who's the girl And all these parts are just used to describe this girl So in English, we'll use which or that after the girls to describe who they are. We'll use another sentence. But in Chinese, we'll use the phrases to attribute this word. So this is common structure. So normally, this is a mark of this kind of structure. 的 So after 的, this is a center word, and before 的, normally these words are used to attribute the center word. So who are those girls who's watching who's looking at the photos and while smiling those two girls? And reply is 那是我的妹妹和她的好朋友 So that's my sister, that's my younger sister and her good friends. So 小女孩 and 照片 So we have F. So 第二题 second one we choose F. And 第三题，我太饿了，so 饿 hungry，太什么什么了，so this is structure of the adverb of the degree, structure of degree, so too much, I'm too hungry，我太饿了。And 我想吃块蛋糕 so I want to eat 块 this at here is a piece of something, so it's a piece, like measure word. But and the last lesson we mentioned when the quantity of the things is one, we can omit the number. So actually it's 一块 it should be 一块 but because the quantity is one, so we could omit it, just to say 块 So 我想吃块面包 I want to eat a piece of cake, right? And the reply is 别吃了 so don't eat 别 don't, right? 吃了 is change the situation because she want but the man want the woman to change her mind. 我们去吃饭吧 we are going to have the meal 吃饭吧 bar suggestion. So at here keywords 关键词蛋糕 cake so B. So third one 第三题我们选 B. And 第四题你怎么总是站着 So 怎么 why, right? So why you 总是 always 站着 stand. So why are you always standing? 快坐吧快 fast to do something. So 坐 to sit down to sit down fast, right? Bar suggestion. No, please sit down. It's much like please sit down, but we use 快 because more fast, like there's no time to waiting. Okay, and the reply is 我吃了2块蛋糕 so I ate 2 pieces of cake. So at here you can say 2块蛋糕 but at here is 2块 So these words are same but just like with R is more like the dialect from the northern China, and without 块 is more like this people is from the southern part. But in the conversation, there's no difference for its meaning. So both okay. And 现在不想做 so now I just don't want sitting, right? 坐着 continue of that of the state. Okay, so this one here is 站 and 坐, so the keywords. So we can see 站坐着 so 第四题我们选 E. So the last one, number 5, we're going to choose A, right? So it's something about a shopping and supermarket. And the women, 女人说，我记得 I remember 那家超市 so that supermarket 的西瓜 so the watermelon of that supermarket. So this part is going to attribute the 西瓜 watermelon 又甜又新鲜 so 又 you, both what and what. We learn this structure in this lesson is to link to to adject, and normally these two, and the one thing in the book haven't been mentioned is that normally these two adject should be both positive or both negative. It couldn't be one adject positive and one adject negative. It's very rare situation. Normally it's both positive or both negative. 我们去看看吧. We are going to have a look and suggestion. It's much more like could we go to have a look? 好，走吧. Okay, let's go. 是吧？走吧，走. So to work. And ba is to soft tone suggestion, right? So the third one, 第五题, the fifth one, you should choose A. Okay, and second part, same as before, we're going to check the question first. So 第六题 number 6, 这几天他吃的很少. So 这几天 these days, and 几 is indicated instead of the number, right? Normally is beyond 2 and less than 10. So normally it's from 2 to 9, the one number of these, but we don't know. So it's like the approximate number, it's not that specific. So 这几天 these days, 他吃的很少, so he eats. And how is his eating 很少 very less. So this 的 is a mark, is a grammatical mark of the complement. Normally it is after the verb and before the content of the complement of the complement. So 很少, how is he eating? He's eating very less. Number 7, 第七题, 他学习很好, so he studied very well. So it's very so again, so 很好 at here should be a complement of degree. So how is he study? He studied very good. Sorry, it's a complement of the state. He studied very well. And number 8, 第八题, 他手机里钱不多了. Okay, this sentence is quite interesting. So this is this structure is like the subject and predicate, but the predict is also could be an independent sentence. So it's 手机里 in the cell phone 钱 the money is not too much. So it's like the phrase of the precision, and then is the subject, and then it's describe that, so it's predicted again. So this so at here, so the first subject is more like it's not the subject, it's more like the topic of these things. So 手机里钱不多了, this sentence is talking about him. So about him, the situation we're going to know is 手机里, so in the cell phone, the money is not too much, 不多了. So and le is indicate changing, because maybe before in his cell phone there are so many monies, but now there are not too much. So you have to get used to this kind of sentence. In Chinese, we sometimes just throw the topic of the conversation, then we're going to say a full sentence, a complete sentence to describe this topic. So about this topic, this is very common grammarly things in the Chinese language. Okay, so 理钱不多了 is it's not the real money like you have the PayPal, this kind of things, and you can use your cell phone to pay. It's not just insert money into your cell phone. Okay, and number 9, 第9个, 妈妈现在有问题. So mom now have some question, have some problem. Okay, it's not that difficult. So 有问题. And so this will be very tricky, because sometimes it could be 有问题, that means you have some question, like 老师我有问题. Okay, teacher, I have a question. And you can also use this as an adjective to describe someone who's crazy, like 他有问题, like he's crazy, like his mind is lost his mind, this kind of things. But that's some use in the oral speaking, but in the book we don't in this book we don't use we don't have this use. Okay, number 10, 他在请人回答问题. Okay, 在 means that he's actually imprecise, so he's inventing someone. So 人 we don't know who he is, but maybe other people. 回答 to reply. 问题 the question. He's inviting the people to answer the question. And we can also translate 请 at here like he's asking someone to reply the question. It's both okay. Okay, let's check the script of the audio. So the first one, number 6, 第六题，这几天你总是不爱吃东西，是不是不舒服啊？Okay, 这几天 these days 你总是 you always 不爱吃东西 you don't like eating foods, and I think it's like 吃东西 eat something, and 不爱 doesn't you don't love, and to me I would like to translate like the you are not enjoying eating these days, like because it's not I think most of the people like to eat, but sometimes when you feel terrible you are just not enjoy it, so 不爱吃东西. And 是不是 so is or isn't, whether or not 不舒服 not comfortable, so is that because you're not comfortable or not? And I at the end of the sentence is just to express the emotion feeling, like I'm caring about you, so I'm a little bit worrying. So this is some words to express my feeling. Okay, so the question, the statement here is 这几天他吃的很少, so these days he ate very less. Yeah, because they asked are you not enjoying the eating? So that's definitely he's going to eat very less. So this one 第六题对 is correct. 对的 correct. And number 7, 第七题，他又聪明又努力. So 聪明 smart clever, 努力 hardworking. 老师的问题他都会回答. Okay, we see this kind of structure again. 老师的问题. So this is again the topic. So 他都会回答. So he both can apply. Okay, both can reply, and he know how to reply and reply towards the teacher's question. So this is the topic, and then this is the full sentence. 他都会回答. He both know how to reply. So again, we meet this kind of structure, and the statement is 他学习很好. His study is very good. He studied very well. So definitely because he's smart and hardworking. So very Chinese way. Okay, so 第七题 which is correct 对。第八题number 8， 你知道so do you know 我手机里 so my cell phone in my cell phone 里 inside in my cell phone 还有多少钱吗 do you have how much money 多少钱吗 my question, right? So here is 我手机 I think properly use 我的手机 my cell phone, because we know the situation is like when you're going to omit the de between the people who process this thing, and this thing is normally it's normally because this thing is very close to you, it's like your family member or your country, or things have the very close relationship with you, and normally it's people, and even to the dogs and the cats we don't omit the. But at here it says 我手机, so I don't think this is a regular expression in Chinese language, but it could be because this is the oral speaking is much more flexible compared with the rules we learned from our books. So sometimes you can say 我手机我电脑或者我手机我电脑 because my understanding is like these days everyone's have to live with this kind of the equipment and like the cell phone and the laptop. It seems it's already been part of our hands. It's already on our hands. If we don't have it, we'll feel anxious. So could be trend of the modern society. I mean, so 我手机, so you just know it's more better with the mostly we just only with the family members we all meet do, or with 我家 my home or my family. It's just we all meet do. 我手机 more or less it sounds a little bit wild, strange, but could make sense. And the reply 还有1元1角1分3个1. So there are still 1 yuan, so 1 bucks. 1角 is more like 10 cents. 1分 that is 1 cent. So there are still 1 buck and 11 cents. 3个1 3 1, right? Because it's 1 yuan and one dime actually, and 1分 so 1 cent, 3个1. Okay, and the statement is 他手机里钱不多了, so there are not too much money in his cell phone. Yeah, definitely 1元1角1分. I think nowadays this money, you almost can't buy anything with this money. I think it's very less money. Okay, and so this could be correct 对吧？第8题是对的。第9题，妈妈现在有问题 ，Mom now have the problem. Okay, we check the script. 妈妈很热情 so mom is very warm, is very warmly or very kind. 总是帮助人 so always help others. So 帮助 we have to check this word 帮助。帮 and 助 so both in classic Chinese both these two words are verbs. So they both means to help. So in the modern language, the Chinese modern language is more like the one words with two characters because we prefer this kind of the way because it sounds more lyrical because the rhythm is more better. So 帮助 this is a plural verb, and there is another word that is 帮忙. We have to make the difference between these two words. So 帮忙, 忙, its pronunciation is 忙. So 忙, this is a noun, is like a favor. So 帮忙 is do a favor. 帮助 is to help. So these words are different. The difference is between 帮助 you can have an object like to help anyone, to help someone. But 帮忙 is to do a favor. So we can't say I do a favor you. I only can say I do a favor to you, right? 给你帮忙. So this is a very important difference. You have to remember this point. It's very important. And then 所以 so 大家有问题 so 大家 everyone, so any people 有问题 have the problem 都会来找他 boss will come to her 找他 to find her. Okay, the statement is 妈妈现在有问题. Haven't mentioned is 大家 the other people, so 妈妈没有问题, so this one incorrect, is false. And number 10, 同学们 so students. I think the people who said this sentence should be a teacher, right? 谁能告诉我 so who can tell me? Okay, the rest of the part is full sentence. To describe what is going to be tell, right? 这个句子 so this sentence 是什么意思 is what meaning. So who can tell me the meaning of this sentence? Okay, definitely the teacher is asking the student to reply the question. So number 10, 他在请人回答问题. He's asking people or inviting people to answer the problem, answer the question, actually question, 问题. So this one 对的 correct, right? Okay, we'll go to the third part, long conversation. We check the options first. 我们先看选项.第11题, A 认真写作业. 认真 so it's like the seriously or carefully. 写作业写 to write 作业 the homework 打雷啊。B 认真听音乐 so to listen to music carefully it's quite different, right? it's quite weird, right? Normally we listen to the music for relax. So based on our common sense, this one should be wrong because there's no Chinese parents won't ask their children to listen to the music very carefully. It doesn't make sense. Okay, C 听着音乐写作业. So writing the homework while listening the music. I don't know. Well, this happened in the foreign countries, in Euro countries, but in China, if I do if I do my homework while listening to the music, my mom definitely will stop me because this is not a good attitude. So based on my common sense and because I'm Chinese and I was a Chinese student before and Chinese child, so I from my common sense it should be choose A or C because my mom doesn't want me to do that. So we have to pay attention to the question. Okay, number 12, 第12题 A 打电话 so make a phone call 打电话 and B 去做客 so to be a guest 做客 is be a guest so 去 to go to be a guest to go and be a guest so to visit others and C 回家 so back to home 第13题 A 去比赛 so to go to competition to go to match and B 看比赛 to watch a competition and C 去上课 to go to have class to go to have class 第14题 number 14跟爸妈一起出国 so with 爸爸妈妈 so 爸妈 in short so parents this is a word that informal, which is informal, not that formal. For formally, we have the word 父母, that's the parents, more formal. So 一起 together 出国 is like go abroad to go to visit other countries. So to visit other countries with parents together, right? And B 要去国外上学，要 is going to do something, 去 to go, 国外 so it's same as 出国. So but 出国 is the verb object, but 国外 this is more like the foreign countries 国外 and 上学 to study, right? And C 总是出去走，总是 always 出去 go outside. It could be go outside of the building, go outside the country, and 走 to walk. More like the leave the home, go outside and to take a walk, leisurely. And number 15, 第15题说话很快 so speaking very fast 说话 but pay attention to this word because it's will structure. This is more like to say some words very fast. And B 都听懂了都 boss right 听 listen 懂 understanding and here is a result complement that means I understood totally. Like I listen, and the result is I understand. And how is my understanding? It was totally understanding, or all the words you said. I listen to all your words, and I understand it totally. And say 不能回答 can't reply, right? 不能回答. Okay, let's check the script of the conversation. 第11题，你怎么总是听着音乐写作业？So you why always 听着音乐 so while listening to the music 写作业 so do your homework. So why you always doing homework while listening to the music? 别听了 don't listen to it 听了 change of the situation. 认真写吧 so to do it carefully 八 suggestion. So definitely this says mom 妈妈母亲 and the reply is 没关系 it doesn't matter 你看 so you look look at what 我写的都对 so I wrote and boss correct 都对 so 都对 here is a state complement to describe 写 how is my writing how is my writing boss correct right. Okay, and question 女的让男的做什么 so the woman let the man to do what so the mother let the son to do the homework carefully and stop listening to the music, right? So this one 第11题我们选 A, so we choose A. And sure, man said 你打电话 so you made a phone call 有什么事吗 have any business any matter I can help. So 有什么事吗 normally is like do you have anything and which I can help or why you looking for me, right? And the reply is 家里有人来做客. So 家里 at home 有人 there are people 来 come 做客 and come to be the guest. So there are some people waiting. They're waiting us, visiting us. Sorry, visiting us. 你下了班就回来吧. So two action happened in sequence without a gap. So once you are off work, you just come back directly. So 一什么什么就. So this is 一 verb 了. If there's object here, and then is 就. And the second verb. So two action happened in sequence without stopping. Okay, bar suggestion. Okay, question. 女的让男的做什么? So the woman again, woman let the man do what? Okay, 回家了, go back to home. So C. Okay, and number 13, 第13题. 下课了. 下课, so class over. And 了 indicating the changing. 同学们都去哪儿了呀? So the students both to go to where 去哪儿啊 express the emotion. And reply is 今天下午 so this afternoon 有篮球比赛 there is basketball game basketball match 我们要去看球赛 we are going to watch games. So 球赛 could be the game of the kind of the sports with ball, but if they just say 球赛 we don't know is volleyball, baseball, basketball, or football. It's very difficult to tell because it's just both 球赛, so a competition match with ball. You don't know which kind of ball it is. So 去看比赛 right? So 第13题我们选 B. OK, 第14题 number 14. 你真的要去国外上学 So 你 you 真的 really 要去 So you are going to 国外 the foreign country 上学 to study. So at here 国 is like the your own country and 外 is the like the outside of your country is just abroad, right? And B reply 是 yes 我爸妈 my parents 也想 so also want 让我去 let me to go 说 so this spoken this said at here we just omit who but at here there is subject so if the subject doesn't change sometimes in oral speaking we just wouldn't like to repeat it again because the economic rule the oral speaking language is very economic. So 说年轻的时候 so 什么什么的时候 is like when. So when the young, right? When you are young or when someone is young. 多 so more 出去 is like go out. But at here is like to leave your home. And could be leave your home away from your home. So at here is just to indicate to go to visit a foreign country, to go to the foreign country. 走走 we just said that 走 is like to take a walk, but at here 走走 is not to take a walk. It's more like to travel or well. And because in sometimes in China, in Chinese language, when we say 我想出去走走, it's more like would like to go. I would like to travel to do some to have a trip or to go to travel. And it's more like the leisurely something leisurely 出去走走. We won't use 旅游 that word because it's quite formal in our speaking. Sometimes we just use 走走. And 很好 is very good. So this sentence so is like this said. So it's very good if it's very good to go outside to do the travel when you are young. So the question is 关于女的关于 about so about the lady 可以知道什么 is we can know what so 我们可以知道什么 but this is very formal situations we just omit the subject but everyone knows us what could we know. Okay, so the things we could know is she's going to study abroad. So we choose B here. And A, why is wrong? Because their parents just wouldn't go with her. She doesn't said her parents will go with her, right? And it haven't been mentioned, so we just the B is much more suitable here. And the number 15 第15题，请你来回答这个问题。So invite you come to reply this question. 好吗 Okay. Okay, to softer tone we use 好吗 Okay. B reply is 对不起 sorry 你说的太快了 so you spoke too fast, right? So 太快了 here this is a degree complement to describe 说 so you spoke and how is your spoken 太快了 so at here 了 is not indicate the changing 太 is together with 太 to complete this structure so 太什么什么了 so normally between these two words is an adject is like means too what and that here is 快 too fast 太快了我没听懂 so I didn't 听 I listened to you but I didn't understand your question so 没听懂 so 懂 at here is the result complement describe 听 so how is 听 like the 没懂 I listened to you but I didn't understand your question because you spoke too fast. Okay, so 关于女的可以知道什么 about the lady? What could we know? So 不能回答问题 right? She can't reply the question, so we choose C. And 说话很快 this is the man, right? 男人 and 都听懂了 she said 没听懂 right? 我没听懂 I didn't, so keyword 没听懂 Okay, this is the listening, the third part of listening, and we go to the final part, part 4. Okay, we check the option first. 我们先看选项 A， 学习很认真 study very carefully, very seriously. B， 现在3年级 so now it's the third year, so third grade. And C 总是不写作业 so always doesn't write the homework, always doesn't do the homework. And 第17现在胖了 now much more broader, right? Much more fatter than before. Okay, 了 indicate the changing. So before he or she must be very slim, but now much more broader. And B 正在照相 so 正在 action in precise so 照相 to take a photo right 相片照 and here is the verb. And C 现在上小学5年级 now study at the fifth year of the primary school 上小学 study at primary school and which grade 5年级 so fifth year. And 18坐着吃蛋糕 so the main action 吃蛋糕 so eating cake and how he's eating cake while sitting while he's sitting 坐着 B 不年轻 not young no está joven. And C 很漂亮 very beautiful 也很热情 also very kind and also very warm heart. So this could be an option because in this lesson we learn the structure 又什么什么 both what and what. So for the option C could be 又漂亮又热情 so both beautiful and kindly and kind. So I think could be C. And 19第19爬山 so to climb the mountain. And B 问路 to ask the road, ask the direction, more like that, to ask the direction. And C 放照片 放 is to put, español poner, 照片 photos, to put the photo. And 20 去买菜 to go to buy some vegetables, to do some shopping, but it's like to do some grocery, like more like that. It's mainly about something about the food. And here it's Cai, but to us, to our Chinese, if we see 去买菜, it's like to buy some foods, to buy some raw material for cooking, more like that. And B 看电视 watching TV, and C 去爬山 to go and climb the mountain. Okay, we check the script of the audio. The number 16 第16，你儿子上学吗？上学了吗？So do your son start in the school or not? 现在几年级 which grade he is now? And reply 他现在2年级 he's now in the second year. And then 学习怎么样 how is study it's actually is how is he study 学习怎么样 but that this is something I just mentioned the Chinese language, especially the oral speaking language. If the subject haven't changed, we just don't want to repeat it because for the economic rule. And some people say the Chinese language is highly context based, and if we're sharing the background information, we just omit it because everyone know that we just wouldn't like to repeat it again and again and again. And reply is 还可以 okay 很努力 so very hard working 每天都复习写作业 so every day so do the review and do the homework. And you can see in this sentence there's no subject. Where is the subject? There's no subject, but everyone knows talking about him. And who is him? Is the lady's son, 儿子. So this is the Chinese conversation, Chinese language, highly topic based and highly context based. Okay, and question 关于儿子可以知道什么? So about the son, what could we know? Okay, and we could know 学习很认真, he studied very hard. And that's the Chinese child. That is Chinese child. Okay, number 17 第17题，这是你小时候的照片吗 So this is the photo of your childhood. So 小时候什么什么的时候 is like the when, and 你 you and 小 small. So when you are small, like it's your childhood, the moment of your childhood. Okay, reply 是啊 Sibyl, yes. 漂亮吧 Beauty or not? Right, this is like the suggestion. Yeah, and reply is 很漂亮 It's very beautiful. 是什么时候照的 So 是什么什么的 emphasize structure. Normally emphasize the place, the time, or the way of the action. So the action here is take the photo. So when did you take this photo? But it's just 什么时候照的 and we use structure because to emphasize the time of this action. Okay, and reply 小学5年级 so the 5th year of the primary school 小学5年级 so 你看 look 我那时 so 那时 that moment 那时 not that 时 is 时候 in short so 时候 in short is 时那时 that moment, and sometimes we also say 那时候 that moment. That's the complete structure. 多瘦啊多什么什么啊 is like the how what is to, and this mark should be changed. It should be a little bit surprised. 多瘦啊 so this is also structure 多什么什么啊 so it's like too what also very what and with the emotion of the surprising, and normally this between these two words is an adject. So 多什么什么 how slim I was that moment, right? Like this, ladies. So 关于女人可以知道什么 about the woman? What could we know? So that moment she was very slim, so now she's a little bit, so this one we choose B. And 18 conversation 站着吃蛋糕的那个人是谁 So we say 的 so we could know this part is going to attribute this part, so the verb after 的 so 那个人 that person, and which 吃蛋糕 eating the cake while he's standing 是谁 Who is that guy? 哪个人 And reply 我们公司新来的年轻人 So the young man, which kind of the young man 我们公司新来的 So the young man who just came to our company 新newly come to our company. 小周 so his name sorry it's her name. And 什么 what 她姓什么 what's her family name 姓周 so family name is 周小周又漂亮又热情 so both beautiful and can't right 以后有时间 so later 有时间 if there is time 我介绍你 I introduce you to 你们认识一下 to recognize each other for a while. So 一下 after the verb to indicate this action is very leisurely and or used or with short moments. So 关于小周可以知道什么 So about 小周 what could we know? So 很漂亮也很热情 So 又漂亮又热情 Okay, and number 19 第19个你站得那么高小心点 So you stand that tall So 那么什么什么 that 小心点 So 小心 carefully right and the R here, this is a degree complement, so you should be careful a little bit, right? A little bit. You should be more carefully a little bit. And the reply, 好的 okay, great. So we have to make the difference between 好的 与好吧. And so sometimes you heard Chinese people reply with 好吧, and sometimes they reply with 好的. 好的 is like I agree with you, and we can do that. And like eu estou satisfecho com esta action, so I'm very satisfied with to do this. I'm glad to do that. So this is a positive reply. But 好吧 is like a little bit passive. I mean, like I have other ideas compared with your suggestion, but due to our relationship or the situation, or I would like to go with your way, but not mine. I keep on my opinion, but I will go. I will agree with you like that. So it's not that willing. So this reply 好吧, but 好的 is yeah okay let's go. It's very positive. 你看 look 照片 so the photo 放在这儿怎么样 So the photo put at here. So how is that 怎么样 how about we put the photo at here? And the reply 往右边一点吧往 is to the direction. 右边 so the right side. So to the right side 一点吧 a little bit. So this is a degree complement to describe 往吧 suggestion. And then it's 现在好了吧 So now it's been, it's okay, right? So 好 and 了 is indicate the change is better, is okay now, right? Okay, question 他们在做什么 What are they doing? 照片放 So 放照片 right? 放照片 So this one we choose C. And the number 20周末你别总是坐着看电视出去运动一下吧 So 周末weekend 你 you 别 don't 总是 always 看电视 So watching TV and how is he watching TV? He's sitting while he's sitting 出去 So go outside 运动一下吧 So do some sports 一下 So indicate do the action leisurely or try to do something or for a short time and bar suggestion and reply 好啊 Okay, you can say 好啊 compared with 好的 This is with the emotion of the feeling. So 好啊 like I'm very glad to do that. And 好的 is more neutral. Could be positive and could be negative compared with 好啊 But 好吧 this is normally a little bit passive. it's not that positive attitude. Okay, 我们去爬山怎么样 How about we go to climbing the mountain? And the reply is 今天我腿疼 So today my leg is painful. 就去楼下走一走吧 So 就 at here just to emphasize, just to go downstairs 走一走吧 to take a walk. So verb. This is also structured is similar to 以什么什么一下 So like to do that action very leisurely, to do that action with the short moment, and or try to do that. So that more like that. And Ba's suggestion. 好吧, so you can see at here the changing of the attitude. He's much more willing to climb the mountain, but as this the situation, the woman feels painful for her legs, so we just go downstairs. So I keep my mind, but I will do as in your way. So 我们走着去超市买点菜吧。So 去超市 to go to the supermarket, and how to go to the supermarket? So working.买点菜吧 so to do some grocery, to buy some foods. And the DR here is to describe how much they are going to buy, how many they are going to buy, a little, not too much. So the question is 他们打算做什么 What are they going to do? What are they planning to do? 他们去买菜的嘛 to do the shopping. Okay, we choose C. We choose A and here. Okay, this is the listening section, and we go to the reading section now. So choose the proper answer, and we check the option first. The first one, 你怎么没吃我给你买的蛋糕呢? So we say the here, so you have to know the part before is to describe 蛋糕, to describe the cake. But the question is where it stopped. It stopped in the verb 吃, right? So 吃 eat. So 我给你买的蛋糕. So the cake I bought for you, right? 我给你 for you buy. So 怎么 why? So why didn't you eat the cake which I bought to you? And B 你怎么到家就坐着看电视，也不帮我做饭。Okay, so 你怎么到家就坐着看电视 We see 就 at here and 到家 arrive home 坐着看电视 So two action imprecise. Two action happened in sequence. So at here they omit 一 right. So it should be 你怎么一到家 So as soon as you arrive home 就看电视 You just go directly to watching TV. And how watching TV? While you're sitting. So 坐着 here is to describe the manner of 看电视 So this sentence is more complex because at here includes 3 verbs and 2 grammar points here. First one is 一什么什么就 So traction happened in sequence without stop. 就 And the second one is 什么什么这什么什么 So verb 拱遮 This is the action indicate the manner of the main action or just accompanying the main action. So this is the structure. So in this sentence they just mixed these two, so it's a little bit difficult. And C 你觉得小丽怎么样 How do you think about 小丽 你觉得 So you think 小丽 How is 小丽 And D 这么晚了 So 晚 late and le is indicating the changing, right? Now is very late. And 这么 like this. So such late is in English more better such late. But in Chinese it should be it is very late like this. It is late like this now. 你去哪儿 Where are you going? 你去哪儿 And E 当然 of course 我们先坐公共汽车 So first we take the bus 然后 then or this space 换 change to right change to the 地铁 subway metro right And F 我昨天 So I yesterday 没有 So I didn't 认真复习 review right do the review 认真 I didn't do the review carefully I didn't review carefully yesterday. Okay, we check the question. 21. 老师的问题你怎么都不回答 Okay, we say this sentence again. So 老师的问题 at here, this is the topic. Then is the full sentence. So 怎么 why 都不回答 Both not replied. So why didn't you reply all the questions? Why didn't you always didn't reply the questions? And the topic is teacher's question. So because because he didn't know, right? So there is something about study. So for study, the word is 复习 to review, right? So we could choose F at here. So why didn't you reply the teacher's question? Why didn't you answer the teacher's question? Because I didn't review carefully yesterday, right? Okay, in 22, 22, 他又聪明又热情，so both smart and warm. 大家都喜欢她 everyone like her. So it's reply to how, right? 怎么样? So this one should be C, right? C. And 小丽 Li is 美丽 beautiful. So normally this is the name of a lady, mistress, I think. And 23, 太甜了 too sweet. 你吃吧 so you eat, better you eat it. So sweet and something sweet normally is cake, right? So this one we choose A. And 24, 我又饿又累 I'm both tired and hungry. 你让我休息吧，休息一下吧。You just let me rest for a short moment, please, 吧。Okay, so this is something about work, right? So why didn't you go back to home? Why did you go directly to watching TV as soon as you arrived home? You didn't help me to cook, right? 做饭 to cook the food because I'm both tired and hungry. You just let me rest a short moment, please. So 24 we choose B. Okay, and 25 有点饿 a little bit hungry. 我去超市买点吃的 I'm going to the supermarket to buy a little bit to buy a little bit things to buy a little bit food, right? 吃的 so something to eat is just like food. Okay, so 这么晚了你去哪儿 so such late where are you going? Going to the supermarket to buy some food to eat. Okay, so this one we choose D. Okay, second part of the reading, we check the option first. First one, A 努力, so very hard, do something, work hard. So normally it's 努力学习. So before this is an adverb or could be an adjective, and could be before the verb or after 很. So it will be different. If this word is before verb, that means 努力 is an adverb. But after 很, that should be an adjective. And B 回答 to answer, to reply. And C 照片 photo. And D 比赛 competition, match, game. E example. We just did it. And F 客人 could be customer or could be guest. Depends the context. Okay, 26. 今天晚上 so tonight, today, evening. 我晚点回来 so 回来 to go back. And 晚 little bit late. I will go back late. And the 点 right here, this is the degree complement to describe 晚. So how late I came back, I will come back a little bit late. So 点一点 is that here is describe 晚。跟朋友去看足球 so with friends to watch football. Okay. 足球比赛 right? Competition. So this one we'll choose D. And 27. 弟弟回了家就复习，学习非常什么什么 so 非常对吧 extremely what. So this is an adverb of degree, right? So 学习 normally we say 努力 so this one we'll choose A 努力 and at here is an adjective. And the first part of the sentence 回了家就学习 this is 一什么什么就 so first the verb. And because 回家 this is a verb with object 家 so to go back home. So 回 and le and then we have the object and then is 就 and then is the second verb. 就 what. So you must be very familiar with this structure because this structure is frequently being used in Chinese language. Okay, second one, sorry, 28 28题，家里来了什么什么。So at home, come some, there is some guest come，来了客人。So 你回来的时候去超市买点水果。So when you come back and you go to the supermarket and do a little bit shopping, to buy a little bit fruit, buy some fruit, buy a little fruit. Okay, because there are the guests, so we have to treat them. Okay, 29, 第29，这是我们爬山的什么 So here should be a noun, right? Because and this part is going to describe these things, to attribute these things. 你看看 you have a look. So 看 normally is 看照片 right? So see. 29 we choose C. And last one, 30 is just a 回答 right? So because this is one which is left. So 你觉得今天的考试怎么样 How do you think about today's examination? 很多问题 lots of the question 我都不会回答 question 回答问题 to answer the question. And this is again, so this is the topic, and we see something about this topic. 我不会回答 I don't know how to answer, and how to answer these questions. So these questions, just the topic. Okay, third part, 选择正确的答案 to choose the correct answer. So we check the option first. 现在又高又漂亮 Now she's tall, both tall and beautiful. And B 很喜欢大家 She's very like everyone. She's enjoying the moment with everyone. And pay attention to this word 很喜欢大家 is she like everyone, but not everyone like her. So everyone like her should be 大家都喜欢她 but at here is 她很喜欢大家 she likes everyone. It's different from everyone like her, likes her. Okay, C 现在读5年级 Now she's starting the 5th year, 5th grade. Okay, so check the text. So 这张照片 this photo 是我姐姐11岁那年照的。So 是什么什么的 structure, emphasize structure, emphasize what, emphasize the manner of the action, emphasize the time of the action, emphasize the place of the action of this action happened, and emphasize who who did this action. Okay, so at here, 照 this is action to be emphasized, to take, because it's photo. So, and at here 我姐姐11岁那年 so when that year of my sister's 11th so 11th age aged 11. So and here is emphasized the time of this action. So when did this photo taken? When did this photo be taken? 好，那时 that moment 她正在读5年级。At that moment she was starting in the 5th grade. 照片上的姐姐又黑又瘦。So the sister on the photo on 又黑又瘦 both bronzy and slim and thin or slim. So show. Well, you can see this word. It has some relation. It's a little bit similar to the character 病, the sick, the illness. So actually, the meaning of this character have some relation with sick or illness. So this is more like the same in English, but not slim. Slim we have another word. And when we see someone who's very 她很瘦 normally indicate this is like that she's not good nutrition. She doesn't have the good nutrition, like that. For that reason, she's very thin. So this is so before this word is not that positive, but nowadays this word is becoming more and more neutral, and sometimes could be positive. And like if you say someone 她很瘦 this could be a compliment, but not to describe she has some sick or illness. So we have to pay attention to this word. But we have another word more formally to more like slim, and you will learn that later, or you can ask your teacher to teach you that word. I think it's more properly. Okay, then 看看现在的姐姐 so look at the sister of nowadays. 又高又漂亮 ，both tall and beautiful， 大家都喜欢她 ，so everyone like her. So this is what I said. So 大家都喜欢她 everyone like her, but not she likes everyone. So B is not correct. So we choose A for this one. 现在又高又漂亮，所以现在又高又漂亮。Okay, 32, 32. So option first, 她那天不上班 so she that day didn't go to work or doesn't go to work. And B, 男朋友 so boyfriend 要送她花 want send her flower, send her flower as gift. 送 normally send something as gift, or to give something as gift. And C, 她记得 she remember 男朋友的生日 so the birthday of boyfriend, definitely her boyfriend, right? But we all made it. Okay, 32，3月15号早上 so 3月 January, February. Sorry, I just forgot the third month of the year. 3月15号 so 15th 早上 in the morning 她正要去上班的时候 so when she's going to work 是她正 so the action going to happen just going to work 看见 so she saw 看见 so this is difference between 看 and 看见看 is to look to watch but 看见 is to see. So here this is the past tense, but because this is we already know is something happened in the past. So at here we didn't use le at here. We just use 见. 见 is like the result complement already indicate this some action have been done. 看见什么 to saw what 看见男朋友拿着花 with flowers he's handling flowers fresh flowers 鲜花站在门口 standing in front of the door in front of the gate 他一下想到了 she just 1 second 1 moment she remembered she remembered今天是她的生日 today is her birthday right 她的生日 Okay, so based on this paragraph, we know 她那天不上班 she's going to have work, so she has to work. And 男朋友要送她花 yeah, with flowers and standing in front of the door. Well, I think this is something very reasonable, right? Your boyfriend holding flowers in front of your door, definitely to give these flowers to you. I don't think there could be any other use, so this should be choose at B. And the C is not correct because this is her birthday but not her boyfriend's birthday. And seems this lady is quite busy. 她很忙 because she already forgot her own birthday. She forgot 她忘了她的生日. So this one we choose B. And go further 33. A 客人很热情 so the guests are very kind and very warmly. B 大家都喜欢这个服务员 so everyone like this 服务员 this waiter or waitress. I think yeah, could be waiter or waitress, we don't know. And C 经理喜欢回答问题 so 经理 the manager like to answer the questions. Strange. 33. 客人有问题的时候什么什么的时候 so when the customer have questions 他总是热情回答 she's always answers with warmth 客人喜欢这样的服务员 customers like 服务员 waitress waiter 这样 this kind right 这样的服务员经理也喜欢这样的服务员 The manager also like this kind of the waiter waitress. So 根据这段话可以知道 based on this paragraph we can know 客人很热情不是客人的 it's she's a waitress and the B 大家都很喜欢这个服务员could be and C 经理喜欢回答问题 The manager like to answer the question. It doesn't mention this point, right? So the B is more appropriate. 大家 because the 客人 and the 经理 is both the manager and the customers. Could be everyone, right? This group of the people. So we choose B. And the 34, 王老师的女儿 so daughter or 王老师 is doctor, teacher Wang's daughter. 很年轻 very young. 是老师 is teacher, is a teacher. 喜欢笑 like to smile. And the text 王老师有个 so 有一个 is has a, but because number is one, so we just omit the number. We just use 个 to indicate that it is one daughter. 一个20岁的女儿 so 20 years old, 20 years old girl, daughter. 现在读大学3年级 now studying in the university and third year. 又聪明又漂亮 both smart and beauty. 学习也很努力 also study very hard. Okay, 是老师 no she's student, right? So 喜欢笑 haven't mentioned. So 很年轻 20 years old, right? 很年轻 very old. muy joven. Okay, 35 and 他 so it's something about him. 又高又胖 both tall and a little bit broad, fat. I think broad is more proper. 姓高 so his family name is 高 也长得高 so also he's very tall. So 长 is like his body grow like what? 长 and how is the growth? Grows very tall, right? Grew very tall. And 喜欢小高这个名字 he like 小高 so junior 高 little 高高一斗这个名字this name this name indicates 小高 so these two parts are same 小高就是 is this name. Okay, 35 他姓高 so his family name is 高但是长得不高 but he doesn't grow very tall 长得不高只有1.6米 so only has 1.60 meters. 朋友们都说 so friends both said 我们就叫你小高吧 we just call you little 高高一斗 junior 高but suggestion 他笑着回答 he replied he answered with smile while smiling 可以 so okay 大家都这么叫我 so everyone call me like this 这么叫我 boss call me like this. Okay, so 又高又胖he's not tall, right? 所以他不高姓高也长得高，他长得不高长得不高喜欢小高这个名字可以大家都这么叫我 so we should see it here. Okay, the writing part, so arrange the words into the sentence. Okay, first one, 36, 女儿 daughter, 聪明 smart, 他的 so his, 非常 extremely, right? So this is normally before the adject, so the adject is this one, 聪明 and the 女儿 so daughter, and 他的 his, so his daughter, right? So 他的女儿非常聪明 Okay, 37, 服务员 waiter waitress 热情 very warm very kind 的 so this is a mark of the center word and the word or phrase is attribute to this center word. So we could know this must be a noun, and before that it could be a phrase, could be a verb. And 都很 both 很 adverb of degree, so after 很 there must be an adject. So the adject in these words is only 热情, right? So it could be 都很热情 both very warm or very kindly. And so then we have the rest of the word is 的 and 这家饭馆 this restaurant waitress. So we could say the waitress, the waiters of this restaurant, right? So the sentence order should be 这家饭馆的服务员都很热情 Yeah, that's it. Okay, number 38, 第38超市 supermarket 哪家家 could be a measure word for the supermarket. So 哪家 which one which supermarket 买蛋糕 to buy the cake 你去 you are going to So this should be a question, right? So which supermarket are you going to buy the cake? So in the Chinese language, we will just use this like the normal sentence order, like you go to which supermarket to buy the cake. So two action happened in sequence, right? So 你去, so you go to 哪家 which one 超市 supermarket 买蛋糕 buy the cake so 你去哪家超市买蛋糕 Okay, and number 39. 站着 while he or she is standing 总是 always 吃饭 have food to eating to eat food 他 he so the subject so subject come first 他 and 总是 always and two action 站着 and 吃饭 so we know this is the main action so main action should be appear later so the action of the manner should come first so 他总是站着吃饭 so pay attention to this sequence because it's quite different from the English and Espanol 当面40回答 to answer 你去 so you go to 一下 a short while so this is normally after the verb so it should be afterward 你去 could be 你去一下 or 你回答一下 so depends 客人的问题 so the question of the customers so it could be 你去一下回答客人的问题 or 你去回答一下客人的问题 and to me is more better is like 你去回答一下 so you go to and go to do what to answer well the customer's question so more properly 你去回答一下客人的问题 Okay, I will leave the rest part of you because it's something about the writing to choose the proper Chinese character. You can just to check the sorry to check the vocabulary or check the on your study books and to do this part. Okay, thanks for listening and hopefully this could be helpful to you. And see you next time in lesson 5. See you later. 再见.